Good morning, traders. How are we all doing today? Today is Monday, September 9th, 2024. Market opens in exactly 5 minutes. And guys, we are already up $66 locked in, realized today. And right now about $64. Have one open position left of BLMZ. And we may even take some more positions throughout this live stream. So hope you guys enjoy. If this is your first time watching, we go live every single morning, Monday through Friday, at market open for about 30 minutes to an hour. If we see some action, of course, we'll stay longer. Now, we do this to help others learn how to invest in the stock market, make money, and learn how to become a more profitable trader overall. So if you're interested in something like that, definitely subscribe to the channel and smash that notification bell so you know when we do go live every day at market open. Also, do me a favor while you're down there, smash that like button for me. It does the YouTube channel of justice, does really good for the YouTube channel, helps other people just like you find this as well. So gonna go ahead and start spreading our links around. Now, we did not have a Sunday night stock talk like we usually do, as lately we have been trading companies that don't necessarily you wouldn't necessarily know about pre-market. Now, BLMZ did come up on the radar on Friday, as it was a continuation play from Friday. A nice pop up, a pullback, and then a nice pop up this morning. So this is definitely one of those continuation plays. But as you can see, I traded it this morning quite a bit, already locked in. I believe it was like $20 on Blooms, and then SINT locked in $46 trading it here. Now, this company went up a little bit over 100% this morning, from $2.68 to $3, all the way up to $6.15, and then pulled back. So that would have been a really nice move to have. That was at 6 a.m., which would have technically been 4 a.m. my time. Actually, no, it would not have been. 7:30. Market opens in 3 minutes. Yeah, actually would have been at 6. I woke up at 6. I was already looking at the charts and just did not see this one go up. So I missed it going, you have to catch this when it's up like 20, 30%, even 50% would have been nice at $4 or $5. And then pushing up to that $6 mark, but was not able to catch that play this morning. I'm going to see what happens with BLMZ, so we're going to be watching that for a few minutes. Spreading my link here to our Discord channel that is free, second link in description below. You could always take this conversation over to the Discord channel after the live stream ends, and you can get updates on any current trades that I may or may not be in on. So you can definitely check that out. Letting everyone know we are live. Good morning. We are live. Nice. All right. Market opens in 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, it looks like. Also spreading our link to our Facebook group. Over 72,000 members. A lot of members in our group. And our Facebook page. I think it just crossed over 5,000 followers, something like that. Definitely check that out. The Investing for Beginners community helps you invest a little bit more long term, maybe not necessarily day trading. So what are we looking at today? Let us take a look. All right. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Links are spread around. We are good to go. All right. Yeah, I missed out on this one. I need to set my charts up a little differently. I have a second screen. Mostly use it for like my streaming and recording and everything like that. But as far as actual more charting, I need to use it for more charting, definitely. Off to books. Good morning. TNXP. I think it's a little cheap. I looked at it this morning. I do not like to invest in companies under $1. Anything under $1 can go into what is it called, like hundredths of a penny. So like it can, so anything over $1 here, let me lower this real quick. Anything over $1 now it can pump up. If you want to invest in this, that's great. It looks like about $25.99 is its point of resistance right there, $25.99. But I necessarily wouldn't. Anything over $1, it can go up. Anything over $1 can only go down to a penny, right? Technically. Anything under $1 can go down into micro digits, like, you know, 0.000001 penny. And then that's when that gets a little bit more scary, okay? Because it doesn't have to just go to 1 penny. It can go to a tenth of a penny, a hundredth of a penny, a thousandth of a penny. So that is a little scary when you get into investing in stocks that are less than $1. So don't necessarily like that. I'll take a stock over $1, over $1.50, as also they won't get delisted. Anything under $1 can very easily get delisted. Anything over $1 needs to maintain that $1 for at least a 10-day average in order for it to get out of that like list of getting delisted, right? So we had a nice little cap here this morning. We had $20 on this kind of nice little cushion is what I'm trying to say, but unfortunately looks like it's not going to be holding. It's at 590. Okay, so it's just kind of trading sideways along this resistance level at 595. Now there is another resistance level at 627. So we're going to put that in right there, as it did get as high as 627 pre-market, which was good, right? We want to see that. We want to see higher highs here. Okay. This is trying to maintain support at that 590 level, but looks like there is some support at 540 ish, something like that. So I would definitely put my support there. Now it can actually, probably isn't much of a support besides these trend lines here. Okay, besides these moving averages. That's 620, so even holding out, I sold way too early. I sold at 589 and 585. So missing out on almost another $100 in profit, guys. Another $100 in profit. That is insane. Now, Blooms didn't necessarily have any crazy news, but it was on the scanner, like I said, a kind of somewhat of a continuation play. We had some support at $1.60, $1.50, and it went up to $2.59. I did make some trades on this. 100 shares at $2.15, sold at 50 at $2.30, and 50 at $2.26. Bought another 100 at $2.30, sold at $2.45 and $2.31, and then buying another 100 shares at $2.24. Doesn't look like this is going to actually come up. I mean, it may come up a little bit, but I may actually have to cut my losses on this one. Off the books. Good day, family. Thank you. Yeah, good day. Good day to you too. How are you guys all doing this morning? How was your weekend? Looks like we're getting some resistance at 211, which is right there on those EMA lines. SINT's going up 660, 670. Who knows how high up this can go. It broke the resistance level, so I mean, at this point, be very cautious. Sold 100 shares at the 580 mark. I've been another $100, 150 on the day. Oh man, just great. And this isn't doing nothing. This is just gonna sell off. So we're gonna get out of this at the next pop, if it does pop up back to 210. 210, and then I'm gonna go to 215 if it pops a little bit higher than 210. And we're just gonna get out. Okay, we got out a little bit of there. 210, 210, 210, testing, 211. Now this could go up a little bit more, but it just with everything going on, there's no volume. Very, very light volume. There was 7 million volume on this first green candle, and then nothing happened. 13 million volume, free float's a million, so I mean, I don't love it. It wasn't an A plus setup. Maybe here it was more of an A plus setup, but as soon as it pulled back and then it didn't go up past that VWAP, the orange line, that's when I should have known, like, hey, you know what, just get out of it. It's below the volume weighted moving average. Here we go. We're gonna try again. We're gonna try to get out at 210 again. If we can go up to 210. There it goes. Oh, no. Come on. Touch 210. Might need to go 29. 29. We'll go 28. Just to get out. I mean, this thing's going to continue to sell off. So, hey, still positive here. We locked in $51.92. Locked in $5.88 on this one. Earlier it was $20, so honestly I should not have taken that second trade. And look, now I sold at 208. It's going up. It's at 214. So that actually would have brought my average down, or that would have brought this up a little bit higher, right? So instead of selling at 210 and 208, could have waited to try to get up to that 215. Now my average was 224. So again, you know, I was up 20, I lost about 10, recovered about 5. So really, we only made about $5. We were up 20, lost about 15, and now, yeah, so we got 5. So, and SINT, here we go, selling off a little bit. Now this can technically become a support level, now that it is above, or yeah, above the previous resistance. They could come back and test, and then test that 681 resistance level again. It doesn't mean it has to hold, but it definitely could. And it doesn't look like it's going to hold that support. Looks like more or less that support's going to be on your moving average and the VWAP. I feel like it's very overbought now. Buying in down here would have been the target. Tomorrow we're going to be looking out for this. I'm going to set up my computer so that way we have the ability to see some of these stocks that may run, as SINT was not necessarily on the top gainers of the day when I first woke up. When I first woke up, it was like INBS. There was up 70%. Because this actually opened at 2 in the morning for me. So at 2 in the morning my time, this company went up. So this was up 70%. TNXP, Burrow, Summit, IVP, they were all up like 70, 80, or 30%, 40, 50%, right? SINT was not until much later. And I wish this would differentiate a little bit here, the moon and the sun. Maybe I could figure out a setting for it, but you can actually just kind of set it up to where, okay, this is after hours and this is your pre-market. Now pre-market opened at 6 o'clock. As soon as I woke up, I was looking at the scanners, but I saw these first 4 or 5. So as soon as this popped up, you know, 10, 20%, that's when I should have been like, okay, what's this SINT? And then got in. So I'm going to adjust my method for early morning. I may just have this actually on. Actually, yeah, I can do that. I could drag it over here, and I could have it on my secondary screen. And when I see stuff starting to pop and move, then I can see why. Got the news right here. You know, I think the news would be a good one to have. If there's any breaking news or anything crazy happening. So we're going to adjust a little bit. We had a green day, nonetheless, still a green day, $51.92 locked in. But knowing that this popped up the way it did would have been nice to catch early morning. Could have put in, you know, $1,000 at $3 and pulled out, you know, basically $3, $4, 5, 6, $3,000. I made $3,000 in profit if I put $1,000 in this morning, which wouldn't have been a lot, $1,000 on a $3 stock. Been maybe like 500 shares. 500 at 1,500, so 250 maybe. 310. Oh, it's 333. Okay, well that makes sense. Let's go 334. So 333 shares at $3 is 1,000, and then you sell that same 334 shares at $6. That's 2,000. So you would have made $1,000. $1,000 on this one, doubling your money within, I believe, like 10 minutes. 10 minutes from 6. Say you don't get in till this crossover at 3. Maybe you don't catch it till 365. 365 to 6. That's still pretty good. 7 minutes. 7 minutes to make 80%. And I made a majority of the money on this small little trade here. So, and I didn't hold. I should have held a little bit longer, and I didn't. Market. Now I'm just getting FOMO really bad. Like I should have bought down here at $6. I'd already be up another 10 or 15 bucks or something like that. Overextended for sure. Blooms didn't do much either. It popped up to 215 and started to sell off, so good thing I did sell out of that one. Knowing tomorrow, when we go in tomorrow, seeing a move like this, you know, buying maybe here on this first pullback would have been nice. Holding a little longer, right? Buying here and selling here didn't make me much. Maybe when I think like 10 or 15. And then this little one here made me like 5. Oh, there's 15. Yeah, so it didn't make me a whole lot. So I had $20 in this area. It didn't make any newer highs. It just started kind of floating sideways, and I still bought in on it. Don't know why I did that. There's no point in doing that. There's no more volume. Big red candle right there. I should have focused more of my attention. Now again, 200 bucks ain't much, right? I just, you know, thinking, hey, maybe I can get in at a better price. Here we go. It's a nice little push from 2. So still holding that support at $2 on BLMZ. Wow, look at that. Went right up to 215. From $2 to 215. That was a 15-cent move. Here we go. 20. So I could have maintained my $20 profit by holding it till right now. My average was 224. It just got up to a high of 221. Now it's pushing back down. This may be able to maintain though. May be able to maintain, especially if it's above that 9-day EMA. We're gonna see what happens. It's on the top gainer at 20%. There's not really a lot of volume though, so it's very interesting to see this move. 217, 218, 219. I'm gonna try to get in. Let's see. Got in at 218, showing signs of an upward momentum. I mean, it's very possible this can go back up to 235. Doesn't mean it has to. There we go. There we go. Looking good. Push up a little more. Maybe we could make back our 20 bucks. Come on, push up. Push that up. There we go. Getting some volume in here now. 500,000 on this candle. 1.25 million float. Just hit 17 million. Do a limit. 235, 234. And it could also push up higher than that too, higher than 234. 218. Push up a lot higher actually. 234 might be the point though. 234, there's some resistance at 235. Now if this can push up higher, that's great, but I don't want to take my chances. So we are going to try to lock in now at 230, 234. Looks like there's some resistance at 230. Come on, get up over 230. It can break 230, then it can go up to 235. There we go, 232, 233. Almost there, 234. We're going to lock in profits right here. 232. 230, 232, come on. I'll put it to 234. It only got up to 234. So it was probably like a 1 cent spread on that. There we go. Filled at 232. So made back another $5. Again, I was up 20 on this one. Now I'm up only 11. But still made back a few bucks on this. If I had a few more shares, if I had 100 shares, I would have made back 10 instead of 5. I held a little longer, pushing through this 235 level to 240. We'd be up a little more. You know, that's what I need to understand too, is I don't need to always sell so early. I need to let my winners run a little longer, even when they have small little pullbacks like this. Sometimes they pull back slightly and then it runs up even more. So I do need to be aware of that moving forward when we trade. SINT just pushed to 634, which is amazing because earlier it was at 589. It was like I thought 6 was going to be difficult. 590 was going to be difficult to break. And it broke it very easily. Very easily. So now that'll become a support. Blooms coming down from 240, so it passed that 235 mark, made a new high at 240, and this could pull back and then go back up again. There's nothing saying that this can't do that. $226, $227. We're just gonna do another 5 just to do it, just to mess around for the live stream. We're pretty much done already for the day. We're gonna get up earlier in the morning, and then maybe some of these live stream day trading sessions where you see me trade live will be like this, where I already make a majority of my money pre-market, and then we kind of just mess around a little bit with some shares during the market open. I'm not too sure yet. We're still messing around with stuff. Kind of figure out the best direction for the channel. All right. We went to 239, 239. Here we go. I think we can. I get right up, back up to that 240 mark, and maybe just pull right back down again. Could also push higher, maybe get up to like 245, 250, something like that. That'd be very nice to see. Definitely possible. There we go. Looking like the tape's kind of dropping off a little bit. All right. Locking in $57.50. SINT is up 670 again. 670. I sold at 580 and 585. Woo. There it goes. It's been $150 on the day. Just had a huge sell-off at 690. A ton of selling going on at 690. Or what is that? 698. Ooh, selling off, guys. Right back down to that $6.30 mark. Amazing. Could have been up $150, $160 today if I didn't sell so early. And it could have been up hundreds, if not thousands of dollars if I would have got in earlier at that $2 mark. So tomorrow I will be getting up much earlier, much earlier to see what happens. Here we go. Let's see. 239. We're looking for 239. 238, 238.5. There it is. 239. So we locked in a little bit more profits here. 57.83, up 3.62% on the account, and that's where we are gonna end our trading for the day, guys. Not too bad at all. Not bad at all. Now blooms could also go higher if it breaks 240. Then if you guys are still trading, I would say look out next for 280. 280 would be the very next mark here. Okay, if it breaks, if it is able to break that 240-ish area, you could see 250. You could potentially even see 280 on blooms. SINT, let's take a look at SINT as a whole on the 4-hour. Looks like it, whoa, look at that. Looks like it hit just right where it did previously. This got up as high as, what was the high? 698. And it looks like this got up to 717. So 717 could technically be another area. 717 could be another major area of influence here. Okay, so be very careful. It is at those previous resistance levels of all-time high resistance levels, guys. Look at that. Resistance. It's sold off for a very long time and then popped up back to previous resistance. So there's probably a lot of bag holders at $7.17. So I'd be very cautious with that next level at $7.17. Okay, you might be able to make a couple more trades and get back up to that level if you feel comfortable. From like $6 to $7, another dollar push. But it'd have to break 7 and 718 to see it go any higher than $7. So be very careful, as this is on that area. It's trading in this channel, so you can make some decent money still trading in the channel from 6 to 7. But be very careful on this one, guys. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Major. How are you doing? Mara, yes, let's talk about Mara real quick. Mara, guys, it sold off all weekend, so good thing I didn't buy in on it and hold. I actually got out of it way down here. I sold 66 shares at $13.54. Now it is up to $14.14, but it is catching resistance at $14.14 today. For whatever reason, we're going to take a look here in just a second. We're going to take a look and see why this is happening. 14.14, 13.96 was its pre-market high, so it had a slight pre-market high breakout. 14.36 looks like it was a high from Friday. Oh, right here. So Thursday, it had a lot of consolidation in that 14.14 level. A lot of consolidation. It stayed within that level for a while, like the entire day on the 5th. The entire day on the 5th. What the heck? Which was Thursday. So it's catching resistance at Thursday's trading levels. Thursday's trading levels. Do you guys see that on the 30-minute? So it's just been selling off this may be the first attempt to go from bearish to bullish, but it looks like it's getting rejected. So it could potentially just trade within this channel for another couple of days. As you can see right here, just kind of trading within this channel. Now, if it can break above 14, you know, 14.14, 14.15, $15 would be another heavy resistance, $15. Then we could potentially see this make newer highs. But until then, we are just on the sidelines. Maybe potentially buying some at the low, but as you can see, Bitcoin got as low as 52,500 before starting to come back up. This is on 9/6, so on Friday afternoon, it started its ascent up. So from maybe Friday lows, like if you bought in at 13.017, you're selling at 14.14, you had 100 shares, you're making $100. So you're already up a dollar per share right now if you bought at those $13 levels. So in that mindset, then yes, you are up. You know, maybe consider taking some profits off, or if you're holding long term, start adding to your position as it goes up. Scott Boss, have you ever done a spreadsheet comparing Mara, HUT, and Bitcoin together where they sit comparison each other for a month or a year span? No, but I do know they are somewhat heavily correlated. I have been looking at Mara and Riot for some time. Riot doesn't move as much. Like Mara can move 6 to 10% a day. Riot can move, you know, 3 to 5, maybe 6% on the high end. But mostly I see Riot moving, you know, 2 to 3% a day. It's a lower entry, right? It's a little cheaper. But I do like Mara for that, you know, usually 6% or so. It's already up 5%, then it'll pull back 5%, and then it'll go up 5%. So that's pretty somewhat safe, I would say, in my opinion, for beginners. Buying low, selling high, buying low, selling high. Now, obviously, now that Bitcoin has been in a downtrend, I would not recommend this for beginners at all. You want to catch Bitcoin when it has that nice uptrend. So, you know, any point you buy, you're going to be making money. If you buy too high and it comes down and pulls back up, you're going to be making money. So I probably should do that. There are many other companies that track Bitcoin as well. I know Mara and Riot are, and HUT, what is it, HUT 8? HUT 8 mining. Why is there two of them? I don't know. We'll add HUT to this too for crypto, and so maybe we can start comparing them. But as you can see, even here, Mara's up 5%, HUT's up 7%, so that's very nice. I may even consider getting into HUT more if they have a better movement than Mara does, and it's cheaper. I could buy more shares with a better movement, right? So 1,000, you know, or 100 shares at 14 would be 1,400. But 100 shares at, you know, $8, $9 would only be 800 or 900. Scott, have you found success more with HUT 8 mining, would you say, or Riot or Mara? Or are you asking me specifically because maybe you haven't invested in crypto yet? I'd love to know. Let me know. We're doing it tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow is another day, another solid day to make some money. When you have your top gainer here, it doesn't actually fluctuate the way you would think it would. Like these companies don't go up and down when these go up and down. Oh, sorry, hold on. When these go up and down. So that's how I miss this. When this was at like 30%, it was way down here somewhere. And then as it started going up the ladder and hitting that 100% marker, it didn't go up 100 and something percent on this. Also, what's weird is this saying that this glitched. Did it not refresh? That's weird. I feel like it didn't refresh, right? So there's 48, there's 121%, 122%. Oh, you know why it's not refreshing? Because it's pre-market. Okay, so that's important to look at too. Pre-market, and then you have your 5-minute. So your 5-minute would have been nice to know too. It would have came up on the 5-minute probably. Now I don't know if 5-minute works pre-market or not. I don't think it does. Like in 5 minutes, this has gone up this much, this much, this much. So this would have been a nice one to look at too. Maybe I'll keep that one open. See, on the daily, it's up 124%. So then once you go daily, we need to switch over to this one. That way we can see this one. Because as these go up or down, they will actually change. And they'll move up or down in the ranks. And as it's moving up, if you see SINT pushing up, another level, pushing up again, and that would have been the one you maybe wanted to invest in. SGMT is also pushing up today. This wasn't on our scanners earlier. Look at that movement. Beautiful movement here. Got some nice volume, got a couple red candles, but these green candles here, beautiful. 328. Could have started trading this at 6 o'clock. At 6 a.m. also. 270 to 328. All right, guys, it is now 8 o'clock. Pre-market. Go day. We're in the day now. Was this my daily? Top gainer day, top gainer pre-market. SINT, TX, TNXP. That is crazy, guys. $6. So if this can hold 6, it may push back up to 7. And this may just keep going within this channel all day. All right, guys, any more questions, concerns, anything like that? All right, well, that might be where we end the day. Hey, what happened to my account? Why does it say zeros now? That's odd. Did it glitch? Probably did glitch. Is it glitching on you guys, kind of? Oh, there we go. That is so weird it did that. Up $57, 3.62%. We're going to call that a day. Scott Boss said, I made a spreadsheet for them that goes back 3 months, and it gives you a good idea of your entry points for long term, where you know that this is going to go back to. Yeah, I mean, very smart, very solid. I know if we take the chart here, going back to just using Mara as an example, because I have a little bit more experience with Mara as far as trading in general. Let's switch this back to a single grid here. And if we were to look back, even when I started trading this in March, look at this. Look at this. This was a beautiful channel. Well, let's talk about this first, right? $8, pushed up through 13, went to highs of 31, came back down to lows of 15, went back up to highs of 30, came back down to 20, went up to $34. And this is where I started trading. I started trading right in this area at $20, $25, $34, $25. And then it started getting into this channel. And this was a beautiful channel. I wish I would have traded this a little bit more in this area here. But lows of 14 all the way up to 19 to 20. Came back down to 15, back up to 21, down to 16, back up to 22. Came back down to those $19 levels. I'm sorry for all the trading, but you know, we just traded this every day. I mean, there was times where it'd go up 2 or 3 days, and then it'd drop 2 or 3 days, and then go up 2 or 3 days, and then drop 2 or 3 days. And that's where we really started getting all of our money and our momentum during these early months, back in, you know, April, and then in May, and then in June. And then this one was huge. This push from, you know, July here, July 10th, July 12th, July 15th, pushed from $19 to $27. That was amazing. And then ever since, it started just kind of trading in this downward channel. As you can see, I drew, and it didn't really break out. It never really broke out until this point over here back in August. Okay, so trading in those $15 levels would have been nice, selling in $19 levels. Now we're back to those previous lows from back in, I believe we said, what was it, April? April. We're back to April lows. So that's why I think Scott Boss mentioned having a 3-month spreadsheet for tracking, because look at that. April, May, June, July, August. You could say September, so 4 months, because we're in September, starting that 5th month rollover. I'm excited to see where this goes. Like, this may be the level where you decide, hey, I'm going to start buying in this area. I feel comfortable buying here, and I'm just going to start loading up. I don't care what happens day to day, because I know eventually Bitcoin's going to go back up to 19, 25, $27, or even $35. I mean, this was even up at $83 at one point back in 2021. So it's definitely very possible to trade this and hold long term, make some decent money. Looks like there's a lot of resistance at that $19 and $20 mark, so it seems like there's heavy resistance there. And just know, like, hey, maybe $20 is, you know, maybe you take $20 as fair value. I mean, not necessarily, don't take that to heart or whatever. But maybe $20 is kind of that range where people are comfortable. Like, hey, $19, $20, I'll buy here. A lot of people don't want to buy when it's cheap because they think it's going to get cheaper. And a lot of people don't want to buy when it's, you know, super overextended. I mean, although a lot of people do buy up in the $34, $30. Like, it's at 30, so it must go higher. Well, you're buying at the highest point, my guy. So maybe not necessarily. So let's go ahead and get rid of a couple of these lines here. I say that one isn't that important. That one is very important here. That one's not so much. Just key levels that we're seeing here as far as where this chart is going. I mean, we are so far away from getting anywhere close to some of these lines. It's crazy. And then even look here, $3. Imagine being able to get into Bitcoin at $3. That'd have been amazing. Or not Bitcoin, Mara. That'd have been amazing to get in at 311. So it just hit $14. Okay, it's having trouble doing much of anything. Can't get past 14, 15. May bounce off of the EMA, and if it bounces off of the EMA, that'd be great. We can see a little bit of upward momentum potentially. It's starting to curl over technically. We're still trading this on the days that it has these nice little spikes. We're still trading it. Today would have been a great day to kind of wait and see what happens, but I bought at 14.19 and 14.05 and 14.09, and it has not been able to get back up to those levels. So let's just wait and see what happens with Mara, guys. Also, you can invest in Riot, Bito, or Bito, B-I-T-O, and Hut. Hut definitely pushed up very nicely from 920 to 980. 60-cent move. 60-cent move in about 30 minutes. Okay, that would have been like 60 bucks on 100 shares. 60 bucks. All right. And then let's see here. SINT selling off. Go ahead and get our grid back. I wonder if I could save my grid the way I want it to be saved. Did it save it? I think it did. I was at the 30-minute. Yeah, I think it did save it. Cool. All right. So definitely have some key focuses today where I want to look back at my trades, where I could have did better. Where did I go right? You know, what I did good. Like this breakout here. Check this out. We just played this not even a few minutes ago. I bought here at 232 and 218, thinking there might be a breakout. Even 235, 250 I was thinking would be nice. Got up to 270. Missed out on $40. I sold another 100 shares at 210. So $50. So I had a good trade plan. Made sense. If I said if it broke out of this level here at 240, it would pop up a little more. I sold down here when I should have bought down here at 2 to 269, 100 shares, 60, 70 bucks. We'd be up $200 or $300 or $400 today if all of our trades were executed perfectly. They played out perfectly, just like we thought. Just like we thought on all these. SINT, same thing. Said if it breaks out of 580, it'll push up higher to 650, pushed up to $7. And we sold 100 shares down at 585, missing out on another $100 there. So locked in 60 bucks, missed out on 230, and that's the reality of it, guys. You know, didn't lose money, but now we need to figure out a way to make sure that we let our runners run. You know, let our profits keep going. Very easily, we could have made a little bit more money today if we would have just been a little bit more patient. There's a fine line between locking in profits and being patient and locking in, you know, of course, more profits. Because some days you may go to lock in profits and you miss because you think it's going to go higher and it sells off and you end up losing money and you have to stop out. And by understanding your setups, your levels, patterns, and news, volume, all of it are key indicators to help you become a more profitable trader. That way you can profit more on those companies that go up higher and higher and make those higher highs, right? No reason for me to sell here. You know, I think I just wanted to get out because it was consolidating. Nonetheless, guys, we did make some profits. I hope you guys enjoyed and found this informative, informational, educational, all that great stuff. If you did, smash that like button for me. And remember, it's all in the year on a green note. And we will see you all in tomorrow's live stream. Same time, same place. Thanks, guys, and have a great day.